Brisbane.
Great. Bill, can you tell us a bit about the walk and what you're raising money for?
Okay, the Long Walk for Lungs came about after I was diagnosed with idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis 2 years ago. And the first thing I found was that there's a total lack of information and public awareness, not just about IPF or idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, but about lung disease in general. And there's also a stigma attached to it. Most people, they regard most people with a lung disease as having obviously been a smoker and almost brought it upon themselves, or being a bit older, and that's not quite true. There's 30 different lung diseases affecting all demographics from kids right through. So I thought I would try in my little way just to make a difference. Last year I walked the city to surf to prove I could with the disease, and managed to do that. And I thought perhaps it's time to take it a little bit further than that and spread the word, particularly in rural areas.
Yeah, I guess what was the idea for doing the walk, from Narromine to Forbes?
We've had a look at, I work for AGnVET, and we have branches located in a lot of rural areas. And we thought that perhaps we'd go through the smaller communities, because you can get a little bit lost in the bigger towns. Not to say it's not important in the bigger towns, but it also gives me the opportunity to talk to smaller communities. And it's really, some of the objectives are really about just getting people to understand that lung health is as important as everything else. It's amazing we go off and have our cholesterol tested and have heart checks and things like that. But I wonder how many people out there actually ever bother to have a lung check.
Yeah, and I guess that's also part of the awareness that you're raising for people to, have health checks and check up on their lungs, regularly. Is there a certain age demographic that you should start doing that?
Certainly people as they get a little older, and I'm careful with that. But anyway, I think everybody should talk to their GP, and Lung Foundation Australia, who we're doing this for, actually has a 2-minute test on their website. And the other part of this is to raise awareness for Lung Foundation Australia, because I'm guessing a lot of people watching this have never heard of them. And they're the one group that supports lung disease right through, from patient to carer to GP to physician and to specialist. And they really struggle to raise funds to be able to develop their support groups and help research. It's interesting that 7 out of 10 lung research projects will not get any funding at all, and that's also what this is about.
So you're doing this by yourself today with 2 backup crews supporting you along the way. How do you think you're going to go?
697 kilometres was a really good idea at the time, and it's a long way. Look, we've got people walking with me today, and we've got people joining in along the way. But look, I'm just passionate about this. I'm doing the whole walk. As I said, a few people joining in, and I have 2 great crews to help me get through the next 15 days. And we finish in Forbes with a gala dinner and have the Lung Foundation up there as well.
Can you tell us, you've done the City to Surf with having this disease. How hard is it to get to the finish line, and I guess what will be in the back of your mind when you're walking it?
I guess the hardest thing with the disease that I have is not so much getting air in, it's dispersing it through your body. So this is fairly flat out here, which is also very good, because hills are where you put yourself under some stress in terms of trying to move oxygen around your body. Look, I'm fairly early stage. Unfortunately, there's been a couple of drugs developed in the last couple of years that don't cure it, but they do slow the progression. And I've also done a lot of exercise. I've been walking up to 80 k's a week to get ready for this. So we just push through it.
Gosh, I want to see the kind of progress as you go along. Is anyone filming it?
There will be filming, and of course we've got the website which will track the distance.
Yeah, so if people want to follow you and through your journey, how can they kind of, I guess, follow you through the towns? Will you have a Facebook page? Or
We'll have Facebook. Lung Foundation Australia has Facebook, and longwalkforlungs.com.au. You can go on and have a look, and it will track the progress in kilometres. And you might also like to consider making a small donation, because the most difficult thing for us is to raise funds where people aren't thinking or talking about lungs, to generate funds for research and to support groups for people like me that are sufferers.